Hi everyone, this is audapostrophe. Let's continue our game of The Fox Awaits Me on Nintendo Switch. I'm sorry. I tried to unhand Shua's ear in a panic, but the sensation is feeling a little off. Huh? I was sure that my hand was latched onto Shua's ear, but I find it grabbing the sash on Shua's outfit. I can see a faint shimmer in Shua's eyes. What did she do?
旦那様。朝からこんなにも欲望を持て余しているとは。まるで獣ですね。
No, wait. I know I grabbed onto your ears. I immediately moved the hand grabbing the sash of Shua's outfit to her ears, but the hand I think is grabbing her ears once again ends up grabbing her stash, or her sash. What the heck? What's going on here? Am I getting outfoxed here?
さあ、旦那様。
I mean, by a literal fox. She cunningly grips my hand.
今、旦那様が触っている部分は、手話のどこでしょうか。
Hey! Shua slowly brings my hand to her hips, or lips, and then... Shua's gives my hand a slap.
旦那様だからいいですけど、耳は乱暴に触らないでください。敏感な場所なんですから。
Yeah, sorry.
手話もいたずらが過ぎました。ごめんなさい。
I did something bad, albeit unwittingly. I dropped my head and apologized to her.
では、手話は今度こそ外に出ていますね、旦那様。
Sure. Shua steps back and exits the room, shutting the door behind her. She's not sore at me, right? Something tells me I've been on the receiving end of this feeling several times before. For some reason, my eyes fall upon the slightly cracked open door. Does she have a tail, too? I go out to the yard after getting ready to see Shuo waiting for me.
何でも言ってくださいな。手話と何をしましょうか。旦那様が望むなら。
Shua gives me a little twirl of her body. Her ears and tail bounce in and out of sight. Looks like she's having a blast. Is she really a human?
Huh?
The fact that she's not hiding them in front of me must mean that I already knew about them beforehand. As soon as I saw Shua, I acknowledged her as a fox like it was common knowledge. Plus, for a human, she's way too, well, way too cute.
Shua? 今、なんて言いました？
I mean, it's just that you're way too cute to be a human. Oh, you know, repeating that aloud makes me realize how strange that statement is. Shua suddenly pulls out her big sunshade hat and puts it on her head. After a short stint of silence, she starts by clearing her throat.
さあ、もう一度言ってください、旦那様。早く。手話がちゃんと聞き逃さないように。
Just forget it. I spoke my mind aloud, that's all. Things have gotten even weirder. Listen, I'm sorry for just letting my thoughts slip straight out of my mouth. Shua removes her hat and circles around to my back. Suddenly, she places her hand on my shoulder. What are you doing?
今日一日疲れたでしょ、旦那様。
No, I just woke up not even a few minutes ago.
望みがあるなら言ってみてください。今の手話なら何でも聞いてしまうかもしれません。
She starts massaging my shoulders with her tiny hand, which I assume is a daunting task given her height relative to my own. Naturally, I feel something nudging on my back. Are they hitting you again?
え？
I just can't put my finger on how this girl ticks. Never have, never will. Huh? Never have, never will?
では、旦那様。すぐにでも旦那様の記憶を探しに行きたいのですが、準備をする時間が必要なんです。
Shua comes up to my ears and whispers that in a hushed tone. It tickles.
午後には始められると思います。それまで、お散歩でもしてきたらどうですか？何かを思い出せるかもしれませんし。
Not a bad idea. Okay, I'll do that.
道に迷いそうになったら、大きな声で手話を呼んでくださいね。旦那様がどこにいるかはいつでも分かっていますから。
That's a handy skill. I open the gate as Shuo watches me off. The bamboo grove that I passed through last night is nowhere to be seen, and in its place is a stretch of giant broadleaf trees as far as the eye can see. Shua mentioned she was opening the barrier, or something like that. I come out the same gate, but I get a different forest. The moment I came to this magical fox's house is the moment I should have stopped worrying over the small details. I'm just going to overthink myself into a headache anyway. I feel like I may or may not have heard those words somewhere before.
気をつけていってらっしゃいませ、旦那様。
Gotcha.
どこに行くときも車に注意、人間に注意。
Neither of those seem likely to show up, given the locale.
獣に襲われそうになったらすぐに手話を呼んでくださいね。
Great. But how do I do that without a cell phone?
変な金髪の外国人が話しかけてきてもついていっちゃいけませんよ。
If they're foreign, the language barrier will save me.
それから死神みたいなのに出会ったらとにかく急いで帰ってきてください。大変なことになりますから。
If I run into a Grim Reaper, can I come back?
無駄に何かを得ようとしたりしなければ希望はあると思います。多分。
A blonde foreigner and a Grim Reaper. This is one strange conversation. Oh.
それからね。
Could she be stretching this conversation out with whatever nonsense because she doesn't want me to leave her? Shua grabs onto the fringe of my shirt and won't let go. A fine stage, considering she was the one who told me to go in the first place. Well, if you don't let go of me, I can't go anywhere.
やっぱり手話も一緒に行きましょうか。
I thought you needed to prepare.
はい。手話はやることがあるんです。ただでさえ手話は役立たずだから。役立たずは旦那様と一緒にいられないから。
Me forgetting everything and being absent for such a long time seems to have left some serious scars on Shua. I'm really sorry about that, even though I can't remember. Shua,
旦那様
It's okay. I'm not going to leave you anymore.
本当に
I'm going to try to remember everything as fast as I can so that I don't make you sad anymore.
旦那様
So, yeah, don't be sad, okay? For whatever reason, when you feel bad, I feel bad.
録音しました。とっても可愛いです、旦那様。
Shua's tail is faintly glowing. She seems that she recorded what I said, not with a recorder, but some sort of fox magic. It also seemed that foxes have more functions than I thought. They might be able to snap photos, make phone calls, or heck, even play video games. I'll be on my way now.
いってらっしゃいませ。帰ってくるまではさっき録音した音声で我慢します。
Sure, you do that. Yeah, I've got to be more careful in the future. The gate closes and I stand alone in the forest. It's a forest encircled by tall mountains that I've never seen before. I guess that this place is set right in the center, huh? Well then, where should I go? Forest friendly, check out inside the house, the bamboo grove. Bamboo grove? Massive trees are spread before my eyes. Trees with gigantic leaves coupled with grass and moss covering the entirety of the ground. All clearly different from the bamboo grove I walked through last night. And I'm positive I exited through the same gate, too. What in the heck's going on here? I stare at the gate, now firmly shut up. There are strange patterns written all over it. I'm going to venture that if you meet some kind of requirements, you can go someplace different once you pass through this gate. For whatever reason, my brain is able to concoct this completely unrealistic thought like it's normal. In fact, I think I can say it doesn't feel far-fetched to me at all. I open the gate and return to the yard. I would guess that you would naturally need to exit through this side in order to go to a different place. I try exiting and entering a few times, but I don't get the bamboo grove. I experiment with knocking at it and rolling stones through it, but none of it works.
あれ、教会を開いていませんでした。まだ見えないはずなのに。
Shua mentioned opening a barrier. What should I do then? What was it that Shua did again? I try to remember how it was when I first went inside here. Shua told me that she was opening the barrier. Then the bamboo grove turned into... Crap. Right, she blindfolded me. I remember now. As we came here, Shua covered my eyes. Of all the things to do. I let out a sigh and take a good look at the gate. What the heck am I doing? Maybe it's that I know something, but I'm just not remembering it. I'll try asking Shua about it. Shua should be...
はい、ここにいます。
Cripes almighty! Shua comes flying at me from behind the gate.
ごめんなさい、旦那様。びっくりしましたか？
Yeah, startled the crap out of me. What were you doing there anyway?
旦那様が手話を探している気がして。
She sure is a convenient little fox.
何かお手伝いすることはありますか？旦那様。ご飯にします？お風呂にします？それとも、手話。
How do you get to the bamboo grove?
え？
I mean, last night we went through the bamboo grove to get here, right? So why is it that when you exit now, you go to a different forest? I thought about getting back home in the distant future, so I figured knowing how to get back to the bamboo grove would be...
旦那様。
Shua quietly approaches me. She grasps onto the fringe of my shirt.
どうしてそんなこと言うんですか？
Well, like I said, when I'm ready to go home.
違います。
Hmm? I think I see Shua's eyes glimmer slightly.
違います、旦那様。旦那様が帰る場所はここでしょ？一体どこに帰るつもりなんですか？
She squeezes the hand gripping onto my fringe and brings her face closer to me, inch by inch.
旦那様、やっとシュアのところに帰ってきたのに、そんなこと言わないでください。
Oh, Shua.
旦那様、旦那様、旦那様。ここでシュアといればいいんです。シュアがいますから。
The bell chimes. Say, Shua.
旦那様、シュアの言うことわかりましたよね？
No, it's not about that.
何がそうじゃないんですか？
Where am I supposed to look?
はい？
What I mean is, with you clinging to me at that angle, I can pretty much see, well, everything I shouldn't. You need to fix yourself up. I extend my left hand and casually use it to get Shua's disheveled outfit back in order. Shua quickly steps back. I mean, I could. Shua turns her back to me and hides her face.
シュアは旦那様の困る顔が見たかっただけです。わざとです。
Without any more places to carve marks, Shua reaffixes her sunshade hat and clears her throat twice. Then,
旦那様はシュアの乱れた姿を見て照れていたんですね。かわいい旦那様。
you're the cute one here.
シュ
Yep, adorable in fact.
旦那様
Now's my chance while she's a little flustered. I keep calling her cute and make her face beat red. Now's my chance to show this fox human greatness at its finest. Shua, you are super duper cute.
シ
Ah, so cute. Cute as a button.
ュ録音しました。
Huh?
そんなこと言われたってシュアは全然動揺しませんよ。だってシュアはかわいい以外言われたことないですもん。
She duped me.
でも旦那様の声で聞くかわいいはすっごくいいです。他の誰に言われるよりもずっと何度も聞きますね。
Shua lightly pokes me on the chest and makes her exit. She got me. My interest in this gate has all but left me. Why am I so hung up on the gate again? Oh well, whatever. She was cute and that's all that matters. I got a nice sight out of it, but I guess I should actually go on that walk now. I want to settle myself down a bit after all. I stand in front of the gate again and turn my back to it. Shua had been looking at me from behind the pillars. Oh. I walk aimlessly along the road until I find myself at the opposite side of the house. Just like the forest in front of the house, I see an endless line of trees and a few gigantic mountains. I never seen or heard of any kind of mountain like these before. I think that as I look at the outstanding grandeur of the mountains. I find an oddly shaped tree, so I slink my way up to it. I can see the house's gate past the fence. Trees spread far and wide as if commonplace in front of the gate. I'm positive that a bamboo grove was there last night. I also saw someone there. Wait a second. That was supposed to be a dream. There was no actual hair inside the bag. There was a person clad in black standing in front of the tree. Something mysterious came over me and started looking for something. And from the other side of the sliding door, Shuo was there. It was a bizarre dream. It gives me a sense of deja vu and a headache to boot. If I could just confirm what any of that was, maybe I could put myself a little at ease. This part of the forest is positively unruly. Unlike the forest in front of the house, there's no trace of anyone ever traversing back here. Shua probably doesn't even come around here. Or maybe. I go deeper into the forest. Can't even hear a bird chirp back here. The sunlight pouring in through the open spots of the eerily warped trees wraps the entire area in an air of mysticism. So much so that I wouldn't be surprised if there were fairies or magical spirits living here. I haven't seen a single bug either. I turn to look behind me for a split second. Seems like I'm pretty far from the house now. I stand on my tiptoes and I'm finally able to see the top of the roof. The thought of heading back before I get lost crosses my mind, and I climb over the huge tree root to reveal a huge pond on the other side. The blue sky above illuminates the water. It's an oddly clear pond, all things considered. I try to make my way over to get a closer look until there's a splash from the water. Is it Shua? I brush aside the tree branch obscuring my vision, and there I find a young child sits at the bank of the pond. She's very tiny, even if you use Shua as a baseline. What's a child doing by the bank of a pond this deep in the forest? And for another thing, she's a blonde foreigner. She has long and abundant tresses of brilliant blonde hair. It completely covers her back as she sits down. If it's long enough to do that, then it would probably go past her thighs if she were standing up. I'm pretty sure it's not a dye job either. After splashing around the bank of the pond while basking in the sun, the foreigner girl combs up her hair to shake out the moisture. Her clear cerulean eyes are visible even from all the way over here. In fact, I almost feel my soul getting sucked into her deep eyes, but I bite my lip to bring myself back to my senses. After regaining my composure, I gain a grasp on the situation. Right now, I'm basically playing Peeping Tom on that girl as she's swimming in that pond, aren't I? Then again, I'm not technically watching her swimming. No way a girl that small would be swimming in a pond that looks that deep anyway, right? But she's wearing a swimsuit. At least, I think it's a swimsuit. I can't spot any clothes or shoes she may have kicked off. And Shua's place is really the only other house near here. If this kid was living at Shua's place, I'm pretty sure she would have mentioned it to me in advance. Does that mean this girl went through that big forest in just a swimsuit? She's no doubt trouble. Definitely wise not to get involved. I slowly bring the branch back to where it was, and I'm just about to turn tail back home when... Whoops. The girl's gaze falls on me. Our eyes meet. I proceed to stare at her like my soul is sucked away for a few seconds, and she... smiles briefly before diving into the pond. Splash! Sounds a loud splash as water goes flying in all directions. Each individual droplet reflects the sun's rays, painting a beautiful scene. Silence returns to the pond, as if no one were there in the first place. How long has she been in? She really should be resurfacing about now. Huh? What the heck? That's when the gears in my jumbled head start turning. She's in a forest with no one else around, in an outfit she doesn't seem too attached to, at a terrifyingly deep pond. She took a look at me, smiled, dived into the water, and hasn't come back up since. Don't do it! Don't throw your life away! I climb over the tree trunk and sprint over to the pond, but there's not a soul around. All that's there is the all too deep and seemingly bottomless pond. The water is extremely clear, but there's no sign of her to be found. How far did she freaking sink in such a short time? This pond is unbelievably deep. Should I dive in and save her? Into here? But I can't swim that deep. Unless I have no choice. Without even time to think things over, I dive into the pond. I somehow convince myself that I was a good swimmer once upon a time. The pond water is unnaturally clear. As I look up from underwater, the sunlight reflecting off the surface looks absolutely beautiful. The water doesn't feel cold either. Now, where did she... Huh? Something grabs onto my hand. A very tiny hand grips onto my hand. Locks of beautiful golden hair waver in the glittering underwater realm. That is, until... I'm getting pulled down. Directly below me, the girl from earlier flashes a cold grin as she drags me down towards the bottom. A cold smile? I guess it's not all that cold, actually. As I'm finding it harder to breathe and sink more towards the bottom, her smile looks bright and cheery for no real reason. What in the heck is she trying to do? My body gets flung onto the hard stone ground. As soon as my face makes contact with the fresh air, the sole of a small foot stamps on my forehead. My vision is temporarily blinded by the sole of someone's foot. It starts stroking my face, so I quickly sit up in a panic. Why, you... I prop up my aching body. No good, dirty. I glare with all the anger in my soul pointed toward.
人生諦めるなよ。
There she stands, looking sulky, a blonde-haired girl with pointy ears. About 3 minutes pass, but I'm not any closer to understanding the situation at all.
いいえ、理解はできるわ。生きていれば嫌なことだってあるでしょ。きっと耐えきれなくて死ぬつもりだったんだと思うから、私が口を挟むのもあれだけど、目の前で自殺されて止めないわけにもいかないでしょ。だからとりあえず連れてきたのよ。さあ、遠慮しないで。お姉さんに全部話してみなさい。
The whole area is bizarrely blue. All around us, a shining stone wall. I can still breathe, but I have the strangest feeling that I'm underwater here. It's almost... I'm in one of those aquarium tunnels. And in front of me, a fairy is pointing the soles of her feet at my face. A small fairy, with even smaller feet. Are you...
あ、ごめん、ストップ。何も言わなくていいわ。ああ、面倒なことになったわね。余計なことしちゃったかしら。
A fairy? No, that's not possible. Fairies are reserved for fantasy novels, not real life. Setting aside a certain fox hidden in a young girl's clothing, a fairy with blonde hair and pointy ears would never exist in the real world. Which means... Are you a foreigner with pointy ears?
山神よ。
A what?
山神よ。何よ。
You don't seem very Mountain Deity-ish.
どんな見た目の山神を期待していたわけ？
I mean... More of an old man with long hair and a beard, dressed in white. Turns iron into gold with a hearty chortle. Ho ho ho! You know, more like that. The mountain deity turns her back to me and starts fiddling around with something on her. Droplets of water trail down her hair and thighs. She then turns back around. The fairy has fashioned her hair into a beard and starts ho-ho-hoing.
これでいい？
No.
ひどい。
Her ears drooping, the mountain deity of unknown nationality trudges away from me and sinks to her knees.
それで？どうして旦那は自殺しようとしてたの？
I wasn't.
した。
No, I wasn't.
私見たもの。
I thought you were trying to kill yourself and I dived in.
ああ。自殺しようとしたんじゃないんだけど。
I see that now, but you can't blame me for making the mistake.
なんだか逆に申し訳ないわね。
I'd appreciate it if you actually looked apologetic, though.
何が欲しい？鉄の斧を金の斧に変えてあげましょうか？
Wait, really?
ああ、ごめん。やっぱり別のことにしてちょうだい。ちょっとめんどくさいから。
Will you let me touch those pointy ears of yours?
いや、セクハラ。
I'm in kind of a daze. What in the world happened? I found this girl diving into the water, and I dived in after her to save her. I was sure that she dragged me to the bottom of the pond, but now we're someplace that I can't even wrap my head around. I feel like my memory went hazy halfway through. Man, again?
だからね、これは。説明が面倒なんだけど。 なんていうのかな。私は山の神様で、名前はミミルで、あんたは池に飛び込んで、まあ、そんなとこ。
That doesn't explain squat.
もういいかしら。じゃあ次は旦那の番。
My name is Kaito. I mistook you for diving into a pond as a suicide attempt, so I dived in myself in hopes to save you. But that was when I found myself taken here, and now I'm curious as to where here actually is.
よくいるのよ。山神が家に帰るのを見て自殺だと誤解する人。
There are?
いいえ、初めてだわ。あんた頭悪いの。
You lousy brat. I reached my right hand out to grab Midamita's face. It's small enough to fit in one hand. I think I gave her the iron claw. Well, feeling the burn, brat?
気持ちいい。頭の血行が良くなる。
She seems to be enjoying it. Even looks like she honestly wants me to keep going. With an iron claw on her face, Midamita lifts one of her feet and hits the back of my hand. It's a regular ballerina pose. Wow, talk about being flexible.
ねえ旦那。
Mm-hmm.
カイトだったかしら。
Sure is.
今のこの状況、妙に懐かしさを感じたりとかしない？
You felt the same? Something tells me that we've done this before, even more so than that. I feel like I've met this self-proclaimed mountain deity foreigner girl.
確かにどこかで会ったことあるんだけど、だいぶ前だから記憶が。
Dementia got you down?
旦那も覚えてないじゃない。
Yeah, but I have amnesia.
そう言われちゃうと、何も言い返せないわね。
Ain't that the truth? This is almost like I'm reuniting with a good friend. Maybe I've come back here before and I just lost my memories of it. I wonder if remembering something will help solve everything. I also wonder, what is Shua preparing?
ねえ旦那。
Mm-hmm.
さっき、なんで私のこと覗き見してたの？
I wasn't peeping. I was just looking.
触れたの？ん？
I just thought that a blonde foreigner hanging out in the woods in the swimsuit was odd.
またまた。惚れたんでしょ？こんなのはどう？
Midamita drops the white shirt she's wearing over her swimsuit past her shoulders. She follows up with a seductive pose. She doesn't quite have a childlike vibe to her, and she is sort of somewhere in the middle, coming off more as a tiny adult. A very tiny adult, might I add. Basically, we have a kid who's trying really hard to make themselves seem more grown up. So you're trying to set me up to get put in the slammer, right?
違うわ。ここには警察はいないもの。
That's pretty much what I thought.
狐しか住んでないわ、この辺りには。
You mean Shua?
あら、彼女と会ったのね。
Yeah, I remembered Shua.
私は？
Sorry.
思い出せ！
Midamita's foot whizzes up and grazes my cheek. Grazes my cheek? I barely managed to dodge it at the last moment. The sole of Midamita's tiny foot leaves an imprint in the stone wall right beside me. Holy crap, she's strong. Is she human? No, that's hard to imagine. Hey. Did you just try to kick me?
思い出させようとしたの。
Do you know what would have happened if I didn't dodge your foot?
ぐっちゃぐちゃになっていたと思うわ。
So you do follow. Apologize.
ごめん。
I guess there's not a single normal person around these parts. A strange noise echoes out. I've finally calmed down enough to take a look at my surroundings. A cave?
そう、洞窟よ。
Hard stone ground and stone walls around me. The open entrance looks out onto a wall of water, but it strangely doesn't seem like it will be flooding in. Almost as if some sort of invisible curtain is keeping it contained. The water wavers and shakes, but holds still in place. What in the world's going on here?
妖精の新技術よ。
Fairies don't exist.
山神の新技術。
Oh, alright. I can see a mountain deity doing this.
ちょっと旦那、納得する基準がおかしいんじゃない？
Nope, not really.
そうね。
I look at the pond behind the transparent curtain. While I'm sure that seeing the water surface from underwater would be a beautiful sight, the curtain is making it hazy and hard to see. I stick my head outside to check and... Yep, I wouldn't be able to breathe out there. Pretty sure my lungs wouldn't take it.
綺麗な景色が見たいのね。
Well, it's not often I'm underwater like this. Minamina comes over to me, puts back on the same piece of clothing from before, and lets some skin from one of her shoulders show. What are you doing?
私が綺麗な景色。いや、ごめんだな。私が間違ってた。
Minamina's small hand touches my wrist. She then tugs me over. What now?
もっといい景色を見せてあげるから、ついてきなさい。
Huh? I follow Minamina proceeding deeper into the cave. We go down, and down, and down even more. We walk down the mineral-rich cave, but on the other side of the stone walls is the pond. Just how freaking deep is this pond that's smack dab in the middle of the forest? The sound resonating past the walls grates my ears, as our surroundings get darker and darker. Minamina,
何？
is it getting darker in here, or is it just me?
お手手つないであげてるんだから、大丈夫でしょ？
Minamina gently strokes my left hand. Using both of her small hands, she re-grips my hand tightly. Minamina's white piece of clothing touches my arm, and that's when I realize that it's somehow completely dry. It's warm and soft, but for some reason, I'm being assaulted by a similar sensation as I was being dragged underwater earlier.
どうしたの？まさか怖いの？
Are you taunting me?
自然なことだもの。
Minamina lets go of my hand and circles around to my rear, after which she outstretches her hand and grabs my shoulder.
旦那は地上で暮らす人間でしょ？水の中では生きられない。
Minamina slowly climbs up me and wraps her hands around my shoulders. She follows up by wrapping her legs around my waist and clinging to my back. Even though she's tiny, that doesn't explain why she barely weighs anything despite mounting my back. I can feel her supple warmth.
多くの言い伝えで、人間たちは死後の世界を地下と表現したわ。根拠のない話だとは思えない。
Minamina whispers that into my ear. I can feel her breathing graze past my earlobe.
ねえ旦那。
Minamina's hand covers my eyes. I can't see in front of me, but my legs move even deeper down into the cave of their own accord.
ここは人間が生きることができない水の中の深い場所。地上で生きる人間が生きてたどり着くことができない場所。
Minamina's voice goes barely above a whisper. My mind can't process anything.
だからねえ旦那、答えてみて。生きている人間が暮らすことのできない池の中、ここで生きている私って地上で暮らす人間には何者に見える？
On the other side of the wall, the same grating sound echoes. Minamina It doesn't say anything more. Blinded to what's in front of me, my legs move like they're possessed, until they finally stop in place as the slope ends and even ground begins. We've reached the deepest part of the cave. That is when you're... I tear off Mirumiru's hands from my eyes and grip Mirumiru's head.
Eh?
You no-good mountain deity. I proceed to apply the iron claw. Why, aren't you supposed to be a mountain deity? Well... You're just trying to stir up my fears for no reason, aren't you? Well, aren't you? Nice try, but you're not gonna freak out. Or, yeah, nice try, but you're not gonna freak me out with all that junk. Huh? What in the heck is behind? The grating noise echoes through the cave, and when I turn around, I find... It's so deep. That's what I feel upon first looking at it. It's a gigantic space that spreads past the transparent and crystal-like walls. Fish swim in the azure water. Unlike the barren pond, the place they are underwater, illuminated by the sunlight, is filled with organisms. It's like being inside a huge fish tank. Which basically this means we're not in the pond anymore.
池じゃないもの。
Huh?
あの池は異空間につながっているの。この場所を起点に池、そしてあの屋敷の周りが私の管轄よ。まあ家は私有地だから私の管轄じゃないんだけど。
So the fox's house is basically being protected for free. You know, seeing how it's under my jurisdiction? Mirumiru mutters under her breath. She sounds kind of dissatisfied.
神は管轄から遠く離れることが難しいの。その代わり、管轄内で水のある場所なら大抵出現可能よ。
If I leave without permission, it starts negatively affecting my body, Mirumiru says, making absolutely no sense to me. Wait, so are mountain deities like civil servants?
似たようなものね。
Mirumiru casually walks over to a fluffy bed and hops on into it.
やっぱりベッドが最高。
Bed? She's got a bed too? The bed matches the decor of being underwater well. It's also sized just right for Mirumiru. I take a good look around to find a fridge, a table, and even a bookcase. I find my mind taken in by the beauty of the sight, but it has an extremely homey atmosphere about it. She totally turned this into a place of her own. Leave it to the civil servant to make any place a home.
いい景色を見せてあげるって言ったでしょ。
Yeah, you sure did.
どう？
I look at the lake below the water's surface that spreads far behind me. I can't remember if I've seen any of this before or not, but I'm positive that this scenery is superb. It's breathtaking.
もう。
Mirumiru lounges in bed, still in her swimsuit. She bends herself around like a model, looking at me while on all fours.
旦那。
Yeah?
本当に何も思い出せない？
I'm sorry.
そう。
I gaze upon Mirumiru lounge around without uttering a word for a while. Mirumiru sits up from the bed and drops onto the floor.
何か食べる？
What do you have?
私？
Right, time to go home.
ああ、冗談だってば。冷蔵庫に果物があるわ。
I sort of feel like I'm hanging out at a really close friend's house. Why are things so comfortable between the two of us? Mirumiru pulls out a plastic container from the fridge. She puts the fruit inside on the plate and places it on the table. For a mountain deity, she sure is hip with the times. When I look at the plate, there 3 pomegranates sit.
そう？
山神が宿るこの果物をお食べなさい。失った記憶が蘇るかもしれぬ。
I assume you like pomegranates.
美容にいいから。
Mountain deities care about beauty? This deity looks like a young child, but just how old really is she? Actually, due to my faulty memory, I should be asking how old I am here. As those thoughts run through my mind, I go for one of the pomegranates. It's excessively red in color, and come to think about it, I don't think it's a fruit that I eat on that frequent of a basis. Or maybe I do? Have I ever eaten one of these before? I split open the pomegranate to find a host of bright red fruit packed inside. I pick one up with my finger. Minamino is staring right at me. Something in my gut is asking why, out of all the fruits, did she pick pomegranates? Well, here goes nothing. I take the bright red pomegranate and bring it to my mouth.
ダメです。
Huh? I drop the pomegranate out of surprise. The bright red fruits scatter everywhere. Shua is grabbing onto my wrist. Since when? Yeah! I reel back in shock. Shua flips out. Minamino smiles and chuckles. What the heck is this?
びっくりしましたよね。
Alright. Why don't we stop it there? This is Audapostrophe. You've been watching The Fox Awaits Me on Nintendo Switch. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.